The DNQ Dirt Series is back tonight with the Winston Cup Series, Busch Series, and IROC Series. Tonight, the Busch Series will be battling for the ZMMotosports Motorsports and 51media race here tonight, and the LKN Sun on the Run 35 for tonight, as the fans are here and ready to go for another packed night of racing at Millbridge. Tonight, it's the DNQ IROC Series, DNQ Busch Series, and Cup Series, the ZMMotosports Motorsports and 51media race tonight for the Busch Series, and the LKN Sun on the Run 35. I am Bob Duato, here with Bill Chester as usual for the DNQ Dirt Series. Bill, you're on that scissor pretty hard tonight. What do you what do you expect as you spill whiskey all over my carpet?
I expect Billy Mays to be the flag man.
All right. Well, yeah, we saw a shit show last race. We saw the DNQ Busch Series run 6 laps in the end of the race. We also saw in that double feature night from RS Customs Paint, LJ McCleary and Matt Holzbauer take home the win and make their way into the chase. What do you expect here tonight in the big track?
I expect a fucking shit show. I expect the Busch Series guys to not make one goddamn lap, and I expect the Cup guys to blow off the whole fucking thing, get that power down, and be fast as fuck.
Well, tonight we have 2 newcomers to the DNQ Cup Series, Alex Cunningham and Jake Owings tonight. What do you expect from them as being new drivers here to the Cup Series?
Alex Cunningham, who's been fast as fuck in the Busch Series, I expect him to run in the Cup Series because that's how big a jump it is. Who's the other guy you were talking about?
Jake Owings.
Jake Owings, never heard of him.
Well, let's go down to Alex Cunningham, who's down there with Derek. Derek?
Well, thanks, Bob. You know, we're down here in the pits of Alex Cunningham, and he's one of those drivers that's going to do double duty here tonight. He's going to run the Busch Series, and he's going to run the Cup Series. Actually, vice versa. Busch Series, Cup Series, making his first Cup Series start, and it's pretty busy tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, I hope we do a good job and have a shot at winning the Busch race to where, you know, it'll be a rush to get back over and get in the Cup car and run. So we'll see what happens.
Do you have any experience in the Cup car with the extra horsepower?
Yeah, I used to race karts a long time ago and then moved up the ranks and ran some late model sprint car systems. Back then, you know, we had an open cart and we had, you know, low horsepower carts and everything, so I kind of know what I'm going to expect between jumping from one to the other.
Well, it sounds like he knows what to expect. We're going to keep an eye on Alex Cunningham tonight. Going to be fun to watch him, especially during qualifying here tonight. Now let's go back upstairs to a man that eats corn on the cob the long way, Bob Duato.
Well, one driver that we want to highlight here is Michael Short Dick Medill. He is the 2013 Lead 2 Real Estate Series Amateur Champion. Best DNQ Cup Series finish was 3rd, and that's the first ever dirt race. He is 6'7" and hopes to run most of the Cup Series races this season. And Barry, what do you think about him?
For being 6'7" tall, he has got the shortest dick that I've ever seen in my life.
Michael Too Tall Medill once posted on Facebook that race cars are much cooler than women.
I don't know how I feel about that because I just love some pussy, Bob, and I would take that over this fucking bullshit any day of the week.
We know he's a threat to run 5th tonight, but let's go down to someone else who's making their debut tonight.
Jake Owings only has a few starts in the DNQ Karting Series. He's going to race in the Cup Series here tonight. So, got to ask you, in your handful of starts that you've made with the series, how do you like racing with these guys?
A lot of fun. Not so much the last time I run here. It was quote unquote a shit show. I decided to move up. Dad put me a new fresh hot rod together. I got a new chassis. It will be my Cup debut, but as far as the guys in the garage, it's the funnest night through the week. It's a blast, good time, everybody has fun, but you can't compete with any better guys around.
Well, you know, the DNQ Karting Series does both types of kart racing. They do the rental kart series at the GoPro Motorplex at Victory Lane. Then they come here with their own equipment. Have you tried doing the rental kart stuff yet with the boys?
I have not. I am not a asphalt racer / road course. Probably end up on top of my head, and I'm not real familiar with that. So I've kind of just stayed to dirt, grew up on dirt, and that's just where we'll leave it.
Well, he's a dirt specialist here at the Millbridge Speedway tonight. He does have quite a few laps around this racetrack, so he'll be quite accustomed to racing on the dirt.
Good to hear from Jay Goings. As we look behind us, Tim Nye has built a legitimate Triton for this race. He copied all that shit, jigged it up.
That's not legitimate at all, Bob. That's a piece of shit.
Well, he built it in the Talbot Woods garage, which he's lived in since he went to NASCAR Tech. What do you expect from him tonight?
Not a goddamn thing. I expect some horse to come out here and fight with his wife is what I expect. That thing's going to run like a bucket of fuck because we know he notched it, he welded it. That is not a Phantom at all. That is a copy of a Triton. That's a fucking fraud.
All right, well, since he's mooched off of a lot of Phantom shit and he's, you know, kind of shitted it up, let's go down to right now is with Derek.
Well, guys, in this day and age where everybody can just go out and buy a chassis or buy a racing engine or buy fire suit or buy anything you need to go racing, it's very rare that anyone builds their own cars lately. And this is Tim Nye's kart. It's a brand new ride. He has yet to take it out on the track. And Tim, you got to tell us about it. Why build your own chassis?
I really wanted to get back to what we had last year, and we've been kind of struggling the last couple races. And so I kind of got with a buddy of mine, and we kind of jigged his cart up, and I built something that they're no longer selling up at Phantom, and it's something similar to it. And I'll give them all the credit, you know, and for doing all the R&D for chassis, and I just kind of made a few small changes to it. But I love being out in the garage, working on stuff, TIG welding stuff, just anything that has to do with steel, sparks, and welding is my kind of thing. So hopefully it goes fast. We'll see.
It sure does look fast, but the whole premise behind it, was it the reasoning that you just wanted to do your own thing?
The kart I've been running is a 2004 model chassis, and I think it's kind of had its thousands of laps, and it's kind of ready to be hung up on the wall. So I've kind of, the kart I was on last year was a 2012 version of the style kart that I built, a Phantom Triton. And I think that's me and GRP get into it. We're worse than two friggin' brothers fighting. And we got into it texting, and all he wants to do is win, and all I kind of wanted to do is win. And so we're kind of back on track together, and we made a deal, and he helped me get it together. And he's doing his part on the engine, and we got new tires for this weekend, so hopefully we get back to winner's circle.
Well, Tim Nye is definitely one of those guys that's out of the ordinary because he builds his own stuff. He's built his own mini sprints in the past. Tonight he builds his own kart, and it's going to be real interesting to see what happens when he takes it out for the first time.
Well, maybe Tim Nye will run where the fuck tonight in that Phantom Triton remake. Well, tonight we had All-Star qualifying for the Cup Series. That was a pretty badass deal, wasn't it?
That was fucking awesome. I mean, you could see the talent in DNQ. By the way, all these motherfuckers come around and miss their pit box. They are bad as fuck till they come around and try to make a pit stop. LJ McCleary is the only motherfucker who can make a pit stop here.
We've seen videos on Facebook, LJ McCleary and his crew practicing their pit stops. They're the only team that seems to be prepared when it comes to pit stops. But tonight, you go around, you take the green, you run a full-speed lap, you take the white, and right before the checker, you stop on the backstretch in the box and do a pit stop. A lot of guys struggle with that here tonight.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you come around and you're hauling ass, you get into angel dust a little bit on the outside, and you slide right through the box. It's like ARCA at Daytona, no brakes. And they got to spin around, and they got to come back and do all kinds of bullshit, fucking ballerina tutus and all that bullshit. I mean... whoever makes a clean stop is going to be the champion.
Let's go ahead and look at some of the highlights from tonight's Winston Cup Series qualifying. Well, let's take a look at that qualifying here tonight. Matt Holzbauer started everything off, and one thing that he did that everyone else did was miss their hot pit road entrance.
I mean, this looked like a fucking ARCA race at Daytona. Everybody was missing their pit box, and the rules weren't. You make one hot lap, you come back in, and on your white flag lap, like David Markham does there, you miss your pit box and do a donut and come around and get your pit stop.
You had to stop in the box and service your kart, change the right rear tire. As David Cross misses entry there. But when you have to change that right rear tire, there was no rule on to how many lug nuts you had to put on that kart or even start with. So we saw some karts start with one and put one on, as Eddie Hunt Jr.'s crew here is putting two on.
Yeah, which he fucked up. That's why he was so slow. And I don't know what the pit crew was doing here on the number 6 car. They were slow as fuck, jumping over the wall and only have 3 crew members. But these crews, they played the lug nut game. They know if the inspectors aren't checking for all 3 lug nuts and you only need 1, God damn it, there's only 1 lug nut going on. And that's what's going to get the pole here tonight.
Skip Flores did that with Michael Too Tall Medill, and it certainly helped him out as 1 and go, buddy. Good luck.
He did not glue it, so he fucked himself.
LJ McCleary's team was the fastest pit crew, as always, at a 41.512. This kart was flying, and this pit crew was flying, as we see his pit stall here. He didn't miss the box, and he did everything right.
Nice and easy on in. Fast lap on the track. You can see the custom pit tools they got. They got the jack. They got the lithium-ion powered impact. And here we go. We see 1, 2 lugs, 3 lugs. They even do all 3 and go. That was the cleanest stop of the night, and that's what got him the pole.
And we look at the results from qualifying. Matt Holzbauer second after missing his stall at a 48.401. Michael Too Tall Medill third with that 1 lug nut strategy. Jake Owings fourth. Eddie DeHaan, Buzzkirk, Markham, Krops, Cunningham, and Tim Nye is a no driving fuck. All right, well, the IROC Series getting ready to roll. And row number 1, it's Mike Tapler and Richie Stone.
Row number 2, Jamie Seymour and Andy Hunter.
Row number 3 is going to feature 2-time winner Christian Moody and Ty Seitz looking for his first win.
Row number 4, Jeff Kuhn and Billy Frazier.
Cup Series champion from 2 years ago, and Matt Custer will round out our field. Well, the IROC Series, many of you at home wondering what that is, that's an AKRA clone engine, 390 pounds, Max is blue on the left, pinks on the right, and no clutch roll. Basically your kart everywhere that you run. And Christian Moody tonight has our RS Customs paint camera and the rear entry camera tonight.
Yeah, which is going to be interesting because we expect him to get a lot of ramming from behind with that rear entry cam.
On board with him as we see Jeff Kuhn getting ready to go. But we are getting ready to take the green as this field comes down off of turn 4. Mike Tapler leads him in here, and we're starting to get a good card count for this series. Green flag, we're underway. Richie Stone to the outside.
I'm starting to get a good buzz going, Bob.
And we see Jamie Seymour, a newcomer to this series, is pushing Tapler pretty hard. As Richie Stone doing well, Christian Moody, as Jamie Seymour takes the lead already. His shit is right.
What a power move. Let's hope he doesn't blow his load too early. That was quite the move. Richie Stone, another guy who stepped down from the Cup Series to the IROC Series, trying to make some moves. And here we're on board with Christian Moody in the rear entry cam.
Him and Jeff Kuhn are racing the shit out of each other. Our DNQ Cup Series champion, who is and Matt Custer, is getting under his shit. Custer has a new body, and his decals are badass. They change color under the light, as Richie Stone says, "Get out of my way, bitch. I'm going to the front."
Aye. Well, what's interesting here, Bentley Kuhn and Matt Custer, they work together, so you know there's going to be some shit talking tomorrow at work. But what I see, both of those guys right now, they are lacking some motor because, wow, look at that red card out in front. Pull everybody.
Jamie Seymour, the first time we've ever even seen him in the DNQ Dirt Series, out here in the IROC division, hauling ass. As these guys are gooch to gooch as they go down the backstretch, the 4 of these cars.
The fight is for 4th. They are taint to mouth. This is a human centipede for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. I mean, this is exciting racing because it's the peasant. Matt Custer gets a little bump from behind underneath Bentley Kuhn. Let's see if he gives him some room. Matt Custer makes it stick.
Matt Custer, totally not related to Cole Custer. However, he likes the bottom, just like any other flounder would like out there in the racetrack. He's got the decals. His shit's looking right as we're on board Christian Moody on the rear entry camera. And Custer's trying to enter that rear end.
To the inside again. Let's see. He gives him room, and Bentley Kuhn not close enough to follow him through.
Not a double penetration move there, as you see Bentley Kuhn about knock the wall down.
No, unfortunately, it was not. And Matt Custer knocks the wall down instead and gives that position back.
This is a great race right here between these 4. Andy Hunter there trying to keep up with everyone else. And good to see Matt Custer have a decent run in this series. He's gotten his shit together.
What the fuck happened to Andy Hunter? I mean, he ran really good in Busch. I think he stepped up. Maybe he's in over his head. Like, he maybe went from, I don't know, Arca to Busch or something. And Bentley Kuhn jumping left rears. Flat siding that thing. Let's see him drop off the pace here. He has killed the aerodynamics on that car.
Just like Elliot Sadler would say, "Yeah, I have killed this race car right now." And he has done that on his own. But as we're looking down here, the backstretch cam, there's some debris right there. Somebody will pick that shit up. Fuck it. As we roll. Ty Sipes not running worth a fuck tonight, about to go a lap down.
I think he should stick to Busch because he wasn't worth the fucking cup either.
We used to do the Eric Maycroft thing and just have a couple bushes before the run, as Andy Hunter does the bump and run.
It looks like Custer's shit has completely fallen off. Andy Hunter doesn't give a fuck. He rubs him out of the way.
Gotta love Andy Hunter. He drives all the way from South Carolina up here to the Millbridge Speedway for these races. Him and Jamie Seymour, as we are halfway through this event, as Kyle McGowan, the Tinder Bandit, is out here giving these guys halfway. We're gonna go side by side so we don't miss a thing.
What do you get the man who really had everything? The one whiskey made to the standards of a king. And nothing has changed since.
Well, welcome back from that side by side. And as you, Billy, Seymour's leading, Richie Stone in second. Now, Richie Stone says he is a no-driving fuck, and he is trying to run down this leader right here for the win.
He was a no-driving fucking cup, and that's for goddamn sure. He flipped that son of a bitch over 3 or 4 times. His daughter flipped it over 3 or 4 times. But somehow, I guess every squirrel gets a nut, and this might be his night.
Jamie Seymour out in the lead, and there you go, Ty Sipes up top. Man, maybe he should prep his tires with Busch instead of himself a couple weeks before these races. But as you see Kyle McGowan out here, that is a sexy motherfucker right there.
Who is Kyle McGowan? Oh, the flag man. Gotcha. Okay.
Got to get the fuck out of the way flag to the 2014 DNQ Series Cup champion Bentley Kuhn, and there is the advantage for Jamie Seymour. See if Kuhn holds him up at all.
Yeah, of course he will, because he's knocked down the wall and completely fucked up the right side of that thing. So Seymour puts the former champion a lap down. He's just stretching his legs on Richie Stone, who we really had very low expectations for during this race.
Jamie Seymour's got all the bitches lined up for after this race, and teammate to Ty Sipes, Billy Frazier, having an equally shitty night here tonight.
Yeah, this is Ty Sipes Racing, Casey Kane Racing. They're way too loose. Like, they got way too much stagger in that thing. I don't know if you can even stretch these tires. They're about as plastic as they come. But I don't know. We got a yellow on the track.
5 to go, caution. Let's go up to the booth.
Now on the speedway.
Well, here we go. 5 to go in the DNQ IROC Series race. And so far, we've seen Jamie Seymour Dick's lead. But I think my shirt should tell you Richie Stone, as a.k.a. Charles Lewandowski, no driving fuck, has a shot at winning this race. As we just saw Jamie Seymour pick the top because he didn't pay the fuck attention during the driver's meeting.
That's unbelievable. Richie Stone could not drive a fucking hot dick in a snowman's ass in the Cup Series. He drops down to the Busch Series, and all of a sudden he's top 2. There must be, I don't know who's good in this or not, but he's starting on the inside, and that's the place to go. He might win this motherfucker.
Richie Stone is in the prime position to win this race. Let's see how it finishes. Well, Jamie Seymour picked the outside by accident, so we're going to see how this plays out. That's why you got to pay the fuck attention during the driver's meeting. Green flag, we're back underway, and Richie Stone takes the advantage as they head down into 1.
Don't be a dumb motherfucker, Jamie, and let Richie Stone pass you, except he fucked himself. He's a no-driving fuck, self-admittedly. Jamie, you can have the lead back.
He gets sideways along with Tapler. Christian Moody looks to the inside of him, and we haven't mentioned his name much as we go on board him trying to run down Mike Tapler.
Yeah, he really hasn't been a force in this race at all. He's getting his ass handed to him, a 2-time winner here in the IROC Series.
Must have missed it on tires or something tonight because he has had a stranglehold on this series as they're 3 wide heading into 1 towards the back. But Mike Tapler looks like he's been waiting. He might have something for Seymour.
Yeah, I hope to see a good fight here for the win. I think he's just been saving his shit. There you see 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go.
Tapper makes a wider arc, Seymour more of a diamond action. And since we've seen the Miltona rising, that has been working. But we're coming down and taking the white flag for Jamie Seymour in his first IROC Series race.
1 more lap to go. Let's see if he's got anything in him. Let's see if he shit cans him. I don't think he's close enough, Bob.
He's going to drive it in there till he sees Jesus. I know that for sure. But he's not going to get him. Coming out of turn 4, Jamie Seymour takes home the win. And Richie Stone goes for a spin.
They were wrecking for 5th place.
Let's look at that again in the instant replay. Stone crossed up Moody, got him, and he's still going to finish 3rd as he hits the wall. Well, we'd have a victory lane interview, but Jamie Seymour decided not to get his 40 ounce of Busch Light or get his trophy tonight. What a fucking peasant.
I mean, Jimmy Spencer led the whole thing, absolutely dominated the whole race. I don't know why he wouldn't go to victory lane. I think he went straight to scores is what happened. He went and got that steak tonight and saw them titties.
He put a $2 bill on the floor, told the stripper to pick it up with her ass, and if she couldn't do it, then he told her you belong in the Shark.
Yep, that was it. She was fucking done. So props to him. Congratulations, Jimmy Spencer. We hope to see you again next week.
Well, let's get ready for this Busch Series race is about to start. Charles Lewandowski's career right there. It might smell. Our winner, Jamie Seymour, fails to go to victory lane and do an interview, but he takes home the win. Mike Tapper second, third, Stone Moody fourth, Matt Custer fifth.
Andy Hunter sixth, the Coon Toon seventh, Sipes eighth, and Frazier ninth. Terrible day for that team.
Great win for Jamie Seymour Dix, and as we look at our points for the DNQ IROC Series so far this season, we know that Christian Moody has won many of these races, and he is on top of the point standings with 2 wins with 40 points. Trevor Ward in that double points race, winning it, got him higher up in these points, but that will diminish as we go. We'll see him at AAR Speedway soon with 22. Jamie Seymour jumps to third. These 4 guys will battle for the championship at the end of the year. Whoever's in points, the top 4.
Richie Stone there hanging tough in fourth. That's a surprise to everybody, I think.
Well, it's about time to race again. The DNQ Busch Series carts are rolling out. We'll be right back after this message.
Whether you work on race cars or your own car, you know what it's like to work hard with your hands. There's satisfaction in getting the job done. But when you get the job done right, that's when you earn it. That's when a Busch beer never tasted better. Rewarding hard work since 1955. Here's to earning it.
The DNQ Busch Series carts are rolling out. In row 1, we've got Alex Cunningham and Corey Gordon.
Row number 2, Stormin Tim Norman and Brad Jeffords.
Row number 3 has winner already this year, Luis Delgado, and his first start, Eric Riggins Jr.
Harry Gann and Steve Nivison.
Row number 5 features Matt Ross from Chirac and Ryan Timothy Richmond from Canastona, New York.
Jordan Rummage, our 2-time winner this year, alongside somebody else I couldn't see, Jesse Riggins and Zach Marquardt, looking good as fuck.
Row number 8 has Brianna Lyons and Jonathan Mabe.
Row number 9, Dale Balance.
Well, we have 2 in-car cameras tonight. One of them is the Camel Jockey Cigarettes in-car camera of Luis Delgado, and the other one is our in-race reporter, Alex Cunningham, for tonight's race. Alex, this is Bob Duato in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
We know that the Busch Series has been very competitive this year. What is it going to take to finally win one of these?
Guys been busting my balls at the shop, telling me all I can do is come out here and run second, so we're going to try and jump out to the lead here at the beginning of this thing and see if we can hold them off there at the end.
All right, our mailbag question comes from Stevie Janowski of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Alex, as a new team to the Busch Series, what can you credit your recent success to? And do you also feel like your first win is close to becoming a reality? Also, what is it like to be such a badass all of the time?
I want to say, I guess it's just racing experience, you know, being out there, doing it my whole life and everything. But no, I feel like tonight's our night. We got a good cart and got the tires right, I feel like, and track's a little greasy, so we'll see if we can keep it under it. And as far as a badass, man, I can't help that. You know, it's just part of the deal.
All right, well, good luck tonight, Alex, in your race.
All right, buddy, thanks.
17 DNQ Busch Series carts getting ready to race. Green flag is underway, and we are looking at the 51media camera all night long for the Busch Series race as they head down into 1.
Wow, Alex Cunningham pulling out to a huge lead. And we got a caution already. I think he jumped the start, Bob.
Yeah. Caution's out. Shitty restart, as we see it in the Zach Marquardt Motorsports corner camera. They are the other sponsor for tonight's race. Hopefully these fuckers get it right this time. Here we are, green flag. We are back underway. Looks like a good start, and the 51media corner cam will follow them down into 1.
How does somebody who races in the Busch Series sponsor the Busch Series? That's fucked up.
Well, they're hoping that they win as Corey Gordon takes the lead away from Alex Cunningham as we go on board with him in the RS Customs paid in-car camera.
Corey Gordon is a bad motherfucker around this area. He races these Busch carts all around the Charlotte area, and he wins a lot. And he's making his debut here in the DNQ series and taking the lead from Thomas Cunningham, who's really talked a lot of shit here the last couple of weeks, and he's finally putting it together.
Gets to the inside of him, and he's trying to make the move, but we have a cart spun, Brianna Lyons, and the caution is out. Getting ready to restart again. Here we go. Corey Gordon leads the field. Alex Cunningham in second. Luis Delgado in third. He's so good. It's no surprise to see him up front. As Tim Norman says, fuck off, peasant. I'm taking third.
I think Brianna Lyons should sponsor the cautions because she's been in more of them than anybody else. The battle here is for third as the camel jockey cam gets booted to the outside.
And here comes Harry Gant. He's moved all the way up to fourth. We haven't seen a good run from Harry. Harry Gant's always fast. As Alex Cunningham is going to take the lead down in the Zach Marquardt Motorsports corner cam.
You know what I've noticed, Bob? Since Harry Gant's been back here racing in the Busch Series, he has come without Andy Petrie, and he is battling for third. He puts the bumper to him. He makes the pass for third place.
John Jarrell, a.k.a. Harry Gant, moving up the field as we go on board. Alex Cunningham, who makes the move on Corey Gordon. He is going to take the lead.
The RS Customs paint cam does not give a fuck, just like Richie Stone, and he comes back on the inside. Harry Gant pushing him from behind.
Oh, and Gant shit cans him out of the way. Move John Jarrell to second place, having the best run so far of this season. Good to see him up front in that Skull Bandit cart.
I mean, he had some bad runs earlier this year, specifically at AAR Speedway. The worst go-kart I've ever seen in my life. Zach Marquardt in the Zach Marquardt cam takes second place from him, but he is having the race of his life. This is Alex Bowman leading the Daytona 500.
Absolutely. This is Alex Bowman leading at Dover last week is what this is.
This is Alex Bowman running 10th anywhere.
As we watch Tim Norman trying to stalk down Harry Gant, but at the front of the field, these two have checked out. These two work together at Roush Racing, which I'm sorry for the both of them to begin with working at Roush. But these guys are hauling ass in the Busch Series, and it's very typical of Roush to haul ass in the Busch Series.
And then not be able to run worth the fuck in the Cup Series. But what I want to touch on is Brandon Knupp, the one and only, has been helping Zach Marquardt here recently, and it looks like he's tuned his shit right on up. And these two, they are battling for the lead. This is a great race.
Looks like Zach gets runs off the corner, but cannot make the move on Alex. And it's very hard when you have no motor and you can't really scrub much speed. So you're just better off to hit him and push him out of the way.
I think he's been taking some lessons from Trevor Bayne, who is fast as shit, but can't race worth a fuck.
Caution is out on the speedway, and looks like it is for the 24 machine of Brad Jeffords, who comes down from Kernersville to race. He has had an issue.
I think he's getting his dip out right there, it looks like.
Let's check in with Alex Cunningham. Alex, the race so far you've been leading, but the 90's been pretty strong. What have you been doing to get after him here tonight?
Man, he is hitting me, getting in the corner about every straightaway. So it's all I can do to keep the wheel straight and hold a pretty wheel. And he's tough, man. I can feel him back there. So hopefully I can hold him off.
All right, well, good luck for the rest of the race.
Thanks, man.
Well, here we go. Single file restart for the Busch Series, especially after last race. But here we are, back under green. Alex Cunningham to the lead. Zach Marquardt and John Jarrell, your top three.
I mean, goddamn, when you fuckers can't run 6 laps in a feature, you can't expect to get a cone restart. So quit your fucking bitching and run single file. Maybe we'll bring it back in the chase. I mean, look at this. You can't even do a single file restart. Jonathan Mabe in the fucking wall.
Goes for a loop there. Jonathan Mabe in that Coors Light machine. Goes for a spin. Well, here we go. Another restart. These guys are beating the fuck out of each other. Yeah. There we go. Green flag. We're back underway. Zach Marquardt making the run. Matt Ross up there towards the front of the field. I know him and Luis Delgado help each other out as the Zach Marquardt corner camp. Eric Riggins Jr., part of that battle with those guys. Is Jordan Rummage, man, he's really struggling tonight.
Yeah, our 2-time winner this year, I really expected more out of him. And Luis Delgado, who has absolutely dominated the last year, gets passed on the inside by some fucking buddy, I don't know. By 3 fucking people, I don't know. Jordan Rummage being one of them in the Wrangler car. Harry Gant up in the loose shit.
Harry Gant going for a ride there. He's on the outside there, 3 wide, getting into the corner. It looks like him and Lewis are hung up pretty bad. Luis Delgado goes for a spin down in the infield.
It looked like they were docked for a minute, Bob.
They were at the sandbar getting ready to throw down. Caution comes out in the 51media front stretch camera. And let's look at that instant replay. These two hung up bigger than shit, and then Lewis is locked with it. Yeah.
God, that's fucking gay. It's like his tongue ring got caught in his belly button ring.
All right, we're getting ready to go back green, and it looks like Jordan Rummage has made his way back up to the field. He is up to 6th right now, as he is feeling pressure from Timothy Richmond, as is Alex Cunningham from Zach Marquardt, his teammate. Oh, and Rummage moves Riggins out of the way.
Wow, what a move and a spin on the inside.
Chris Maloney goes for a spin. And the caution is out. Oh, what the? Oh, wow. Rummage just got dumped pretty much under caution, and he is madder than fuck.
Wow, look at that. You know what? I think he deserved every fucking bit of that because he absolutely shit-canned and his steering wheels broke.
Yeah, he moved Eric Riggins Jr. down the backstretch, and Corey Gordon and Eric Riggins are buddies, and there you go, Judy kick.
Stop that. You stop. Stop pushing me.
Well, he moved. Corey Gordon's friends with Eric Riggins Jr., and he moved the shit out of Riggins getting down there into 3. Corey Gordon just, pretty much played sheriff right there. Let's look at this again.
Yeah, see, wow, didn't even try. Not even to his quarter panel. I mean, just absolutely shit-canned him in the left rear, and I think he's just going to get what he deserves.
And then in the corner, he cuts down in front of Chris Maloney. Maloney goes for a spin, going down in 4, which brought the caution out. But before the caution came out, and we found this on Luis Delgado's in-car camera, look up here in the top corner.
Whoa, that was big as fuck.
Corey Gordon was fucking mad at him, and he let him have it. That's what you call, in the hood, that's street justice.
I mean, whenever you can see the underside of the go-kart, whenever you can see the pipes and the truck arms underneath, you know that shit was big as fuck. And that's street justice is what that is.
Well, Jordan Rummage has been parked for the night after the Judy kick and taking a swipe at Corey Gordon under caution. They're going to park that Wrangler machine.
That's what we call a no pussy get motherfucker, because you can't get pussy if you ain't on the racetrack. Cunningham takes the green again.
Well, we got Tim Richmond there in 5th and Steve Nivison right behind him, and he doesn't run side panels to save weight. Nivison in the Red Baron cart got pepperoni all over that motherfucker as they go down into 3 and 4, and look at that shitstorm in the back.
Wow, that's a hornet's nest for 10.
Yeah, these guys are racing the shit out of each other. Steve Nivison on a good run, and we've got a spin. That is Riggins again. He actually got shit canned this time.
Get your shit together, guy.
Let's look at the instant replay here. Looks like he got moved. He got loose and got under Delgado. Delgado thought he just moved down on him, and he shit cans him.
Oh, my God. Come on, camel jockey, you motherfucker. Like, this ain't a fucking plane. You can't just terrorize it and
blow it up.
Blow it up. I mean, goddamn, you got to pass him at some point.
Yeah, and this is why we're going to have a 3-spin rule here for the next race. You're involved in 3 wrecks, 3 spins, or 3 cautions. You're parked for the night. And the next race for the Busch Series is $300 to win, $40 entry for that race as we go back under green. That is the Busch Classic, the first ever Busch Classic.
I'm getting another cocktail, Bob.
All right, go ahead. As you do that, I will announce the rest of this race. Actually, make me one while you're at it, please. That would be great.
Yes, dear.
Yes, thank you. Don't make it too strong. I don't want to puke tonight. All right, well, he's going to make me a strong cocktail. It was Alex Cunningham and Zach Marquardt. Same story. Sound like a broken record. But Matt Ross is in 3rd place, and him and Tim Norman. And I did see Tim Norman put a dip of skull in right before the start of this feature, and we know that really helps him focus. As we're watching Zach Marquardt is really focusing on Alex Cunningham's back end, cannot get to the run, and there is a caution out on the racetrack. Brianna Lyons again has gone for a spin. Not sure what happened there. Bill, she said she should have sponsored the cautions. There we go. Thank you. We ran out of mixer, didn't we? This is going to be a strong cocktail.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, it used to be Danny O'Quinn O-time caution, but I think we're going to have to replace it with the Brianna Lyons bow-time caution. Thomas Cunningham and Zach Marquardt have absolutely just schooled the field, and this is the best Roush Racing is going to run all year in anything.
Yeah, we don't really expect too much from Roush this year, but we're really glad that the guys that work there can run worth a fuck, because the guys who bring money can.
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, we see what Trevor Bain and Rickety Shithouse bring to the table, and it ain't much. I mean, it's a fucking dry tampon, if anything.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the problem with Roush. You got to have money to run in the Xfinity Series, which we've seen so far. That's really working out for a lot of those guys. As we see the battles going on all the way through the racetrack, Corey Gordon, who led early, seems to have fallen off quite a bit.
So, Bob, what makes these top two, who have absolutely just pulled away and are schooling the field, so good compared to the guys battling for 10th? And we got another caution.
It is our 5 to go caution, and I will say that these guys probably take care of the gray area pretty well. Well, here we are, 5 to go in the Busch Series race. Zach Marquardt's been pretty fast in the Zach Marquardt Motorsports kart. He has sponsored this race, trying to win back his own money tonight. It's $250 to win, and this motherfucker is running second.
It smells like flowers and butt cheeks up here, Bob. But good for Zach Marquardt. I mean, he's been right there pounding the shit out of Alex Cunningham. Two people who have been strong all year, but have not put it all together.
These two have not won a race tonight, but we expect one of them to win tonight, and we are shithoused, and we're going to watch the end of this race. What is that shit? 4 roses?
Oh, goddamn, it's good. It's good.
It ain't bad. I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah, it's good.
Let's check this shit out. Well, here we go. 5 to go. Alex Cunningham leads this field. Green flag. We are back underway. Can he hold off a charging Zach Marquardt, who sponsored this race? We know Tim Norman makes his way to third right there.
Wow, Storm and Tim Norman puts the bumper on him. But the battle is for first. Thomas Cunningham and Zach Marquardt. Whoa! Harry Gant goes around. Andy Petrie was not on the radio when that spin happened.
Jump to left rear. He's holy fuck, he's all over that. Look at all the waffle bellies down there in 4.
Wow, that's fucking disgusting. And Brianna Lyons again.
Well, here we go. Back under green, and all the power bottoms are on the bottom here. Looks like Zach Marquardt's going to try to make the move on Cunningham, as these guys are flying down the front stretch.
Wow, they are fast as fuck. You know what, Bob? I think since Thomas Cunningham is from L.A., one of the gayest places on the planet, that's also where Harbor Freight is from, and that's why those two teammates have gone out in front of everybody. They've got the biggest steam because Harbor Freight hand-picks those engines for DNQ.
As we're down in the Zach Marquardt corner, Cam, these guys are racing like hell towards the back, but the feature is up at the front of the field. These two have been the fastest all night. 2 laps to go.
Luis Delgado makes his way into third. Storm and Tim Norman, though, back to the inside. Do they make it through 3 and 4? Whoa, that was close.
White flag in the air. These two are side by side. Marquardt made his move getting into 1.
He waited the whole race for this. Can he pull it off, Bob? They're side by side. He's got the inside. Does he have the momentum? Marquardt takes the win.
Checkered flag in the air. Zach Marquardt picks up his first ever Busch Series win.
That's a lesson in patience, Bob. And congratulations to Zach Marquardt, the best looking kart on the track. Brandon Nupp got him that win.
Well, Zach Marquardt takes home the win over Alex Cunningham on the last lap. What a finish that was. 0.027 seconds. Marquardt gets a win by.
That was gooder than shit. That was a fucking good race, Bob. I mean, he saved his shit the whole time, and he put the bumper to Alex Cunningham and took the win away on the last lap. That's how you do it. It was textbook. I don't know why he's working at Roush.
He pounded that ass to the last minute, and then he blew his load on the last lap. That is a classic move by Zach Marquardt.
Yep. I mean, he should be working at probably a Hendrick Motorsports, a Stewart Haas Racing, a Joe Gibbs Racing. Definitely not Roush, because that's not what they do there. They blow their load early and then fall to the back.
At about halfway. But let's go down to Victory Lane and talk to Zach Marquardt. You can get out. You guys spray whenever you want.
Zach Marquardt gets the beer shower here down in Millbridge Speedway Victory Lane. Woo! It didn't matter how many laps you lead as long as you lead the last one, right?
Yeah, I tell you what, it was. I came into this one with a new philosophy. You know, ZMMotosports. We came in here with bringing the best stuff we can every week, and I came into this one just gonna stay calm, ride this one out, and I knew old Brandon Nuppenstein Speed Lab just. I knew he was going to hit this one, and I knew we had we had something for him in practice. It felt pretty good, and that heat race, I was running real well. Kart was good, and just got a little bonsai'd up there a little bit, but came from the back, and it's all good, man. This is it's pretty big right here. Teammate, old Turbo. It's been pretty big. The only thing missing here, my girlfriend. The 1-year anniversary today, so pretty good day. Wish she could be here. But.
Was it a situation where you knew you were faster than him, you just bided your time and then waited to make your move?
Well, I knew at 5 to go. I mean, I was waiting for it, but there's just so many cautions there, and it just, Alex is fast. I mean, it's just one of those things where him and we talk at the shop, so, sometimes we got to figure out our secrets and figure out which one we're going to tell him and which one we're going to keep to ourselves. So, it's all good. It's fun.
Well, it looks like Zach Marquardt kept all the secrets, the good ones, to himself tonight as he parks it here in Millbridge Speedway, Victory Lane.
Alex Cunningham finishes second in the DNQ Busch Series race tonight for the 3rd time in a row. Tough break for him. He led all the laps in this race. Very Martin Truex of him.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Kansas plenty of times with Martin Truex Jr. leading all the laps. Just let Denny Hamilton go by and win. And that's exactly what happened tonight with Alex Cunningham and Zach Marquardt. It's almost like they had planned it.
Tough break for Cunningham. Runs second like a broke dick all the time. And you know what? At some point, he's got to break through.
He's going to get his nut. It's just he's going through all of the bad bitches right now that are way above his level. And he's just getting pussy whipped and fucking cock blocked race after race.
Well, let's go down to our second place finisher.
Jesus Christ. He can't drink worth the fuck. We're going to scores.
Alex Cunningham comes home second tonight, led the majority of that main event, but did you know he was going to try something on the last lap?
Oh yeah, I could feel him all over me the whole race. He raced me clean the whole time. For us to run a whole lap around here side by side and never touch shows you some good drivers up here finishing in the front. The only thing I can say is, for me, I put too much air in the tires and it fell off there towards the end of the run. But we had a couple, I'm just glad that some guys that run in this series all the time finished up front. We had a couple ringers think they were going to show up and show us one, so we'll see if they show up again.
Well, he comes home in second tonight, a good run for the number 47, but he's got to run back to the pit area because he's running in both classes.
Hey, do you want him to drive it?
You can drive it up. Let's take a look at the Busch Series final results tonight. Zach Marquardt picks up his first career win with Alex Cunningham in second.
Storm and Tim Norman in third, and Travis Gordon in fourth.
Matt Ross, the boss. Luis Delgado got shit canned there at the end. Chris Maloney rebounds for a good finish. Eric Williams Jr., after getting shit canned a bunch of times, finishes 8th.
And 9th, Tim Richmond and Steve Nivison. One name that we don't see there is Jordan Rummage, who absolutely ran like dog shit.
He is leading the points, though, and he's got 73 points. Delgado, Cunningham, Marquardt, all in the chase. Richmond, Norman, Ross, Nivison, all outside the chase.
But they're close. They're looking in. I mean, you see that? Fourth is 3-point spread between 4 people. That can be really, really close to getting in.
Our next race is a double points race, the Busch Classic. 50 laps or 50 minutes for this series. It pays $300 to win with a $40 entry fee. These guys are going to be racing hard, and a 3-spin rule. If you wreck 3 times or a part of 3 spins, you're done for the night.
Also, no double restarts. You guys can't handle it, you bunch of fags.
Well, let's go down to our 3rd place finisher for tonight.
Well, Tim Norman comes home in the 3rd spot tonight. Quite a battle out there between you and Luis Delgado. Did you know you were going to pull off 3rd place?
Yeah, we had a 3rd place car the whole night. On the restarts, they was killing me. My clutch wasn't engaging right. Tires was a little bit off, but good night for us. You know, I want to thank Jordan Rummage and Nathan Briggs. They've done my tires for me, set the car up, and it was right tonight. So I just want to give a good thanks to them, my teammates, and thank y'all for running the series.
3rd place for the number 3 this evening.
Storm and Tim Norman with the dip of the year. Coming up next, we have the Cup Series, the Premier Series here in DNQ.
The 21 Little Debbie car all over the track today.
Ken Schrader? Is that you?
Maybe.
But who's driving the car?
Oh my goodness, the little Debbie car is heading the wrong.
Ken Schrader can get after it at a titty bar. And our starting lineup for the Cup Series, LJ McCleary on the pole, Matt Holzbauer second.
Michael Short Dick Medill in row 2 with Jake Owens making his debut.
Row 3, Eddie DeHaan Jr., the previous winner at AAR, and Brad Buskirk, King second place.
Fredericksburg, Virginia's David Markham and David Krause make up the next row.
Alex Cunningham, the previous second place in the Busch Series, and Timmy Nye running his own shit, taking up the tail of the field.
Well, here we go, the DNQ Cup Series, the race that we've all been here for tonight. The DNQ Cup Series has about 25 horsepower clone or Predator engines, and they're ready to go. As we look at the LKN Sun Omni Run front stretch camera tonight. We have 0 in-car cameras for tonight because we fucked up with one of the GoPros. Here we go, getting ready to go. LJ McCleary leads this field. Green flag, we are underway for the Cup Series. LKN Sun on the run 30.
I just want to point out how nice Matt Holzbauer's nose looks. There's so much glitter in that paint job, it would make any stripper on the East Coast jealous.
Absolutely, and you know what? We need to start throwing dollar bills at it as Jake Owens is making his way up to the 5th position, and David Markham moves his way into 6th, passes Mike Medill.
Quickly, we are seeing who had a shitty pit stop and is actually fast, and who had a fast pit stop and is actually shitty.
Absolutely, and we knew these 3 would be up here, but the one guy that we're trying to focus on is Tim Nye, who built his own kart here tonight, trying to get the bugs figured out on that, built it in his garage.
Yeah, it's obviously not paying off as we see Brad Busker gets a little bit free right there, chasing down Matt Holzbauer for second.
You know, last year we thought Tim Nye was unbeatable. That's it. Let's look at the RS Customs paid corner cam here. We thought Tim Nye was unbeatable. Him and GRP were the shit. No matter what, Tim builds a Triton, and now we look right here in the top 3 are McCleary, Holzbauer, and Buskirk. What is going on here? As Buskirk takes the lead as McCleary and Holzbauer go wide.
Wow, McCleary fucked up just by himself. That's really surprising. What I want to point out here, Bob, in the corner cam, is you can see the bullshit fairy dust building up on the outside. This is a 1-lane racetrack. Look at how black it's getting. The grape soda is going to come out here shortly.
And we look at the top 4 are in their own class. You got the top 4 drivers and you got the back 4 drivers. And this is part of the engine, tires, and everything package that these guys race. These guys have their shit together, and Nye's kind of theirs. We have a caution out. Mike Medill goes for a spin.
Yeah, no surprise there. Wow, Timmy Nye almost fucking crashes under caution. That was fucking close. No surprise there, Short Dick Medill. Here we see him. Oh, Eddie DeHaan Jr. Does he shit can him? No, Too Tall Medill just gets up there in that fairy dust and completely busts his ass.
We talked about Brad Busker leading this race later on. He's got some power underneath him there.
Yeah, that Kart City Performance motor, the reliability has been questionable, but man, it's really got some power. Let's hope it stays together tonight. I don't know. I'm sure he'll find out a way to lose it somehow.
Well, Rob Smith, you might watch this race. Who the fuck knows? Green flag, we're underway. And the top 4, as we said before, have their shit together. Alex Cunningham tonight is running an illegal animal formula engine. He will finish last, but he can race with us without points or money and cannot win.
Right, but he's still running like a bucket of fuck. So the guys who know what they're doing still get it done. As you see, Matt Holzbauer driving way too deep, and Buskirk with that Kart City power pull away.
That's something that we might see in this series to allow animals and flatheads, as long as you guys do not race for points or any money, you cannot win the race either, as Brad Buskirk is winning this race right now.
Yeah, and he is completely legal, 100% legal, as are the other top 4, 5, 6, I don't know. I mean, the guys, yeah, I mean, like we talk about, I mean, they are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 guys here. One guy we're missing is Daniel Eisenhower.
Yeah, we do miss Dan Rideout in the series, the Dale Earnhardt. As the top 4 come by, and they're fucking hauling ass, then you got the rest of the 4 guys. Owings, Markham, DeHaan, Cunningham. You got to look at this series. Hey, look, I mean, if you want to go fast, you got to spend the money just like any other racing series.
Yeah, we have gone a long time under green, and you can see now, look at how black the track is getting. Look at how much rubber's gone down. Bob, what do you think is going to happen later on in this race due to the changing track conditions?
I think it's going to be a one-groove racetrack, and as we watch the restarts and everything else, it's going to be very important. These guys have a cone choose restart at the end if you're about fourth, if you're Tim Nye right now, you pick the top no matter what, and you hope that the black magic happens here on the racetrack.
Yeah, well, there's some black magic dust in the second lane. I don't know if I would pick the top at any time as Busker really stretches his legs. The battle here is for second. LJ McCleary, who's been strong all year, a winner, and Holzbauer, who's been strong all year and last year, another winner, are battling for second.
Now we talk about the DNQ Cups, Winston Cup Series chase. We have got 4 guys locked into this race. Buzz Kirk needs to run well to lock himself into that chase for the Winston Cup Series championship as he's putting Eddie DeHunt Jr. and Alex Cunningham a lap down.
He obviously has the speed, but does he have the talent? Does he have the reliability? I don't know. He hasn't had yet, but he's got almost a straightaway on second place. We know we have the 5 to go caution. Do you think his shit will hold up that long?
I don't know. I mean, after last race, we see Eddie Hunt Jr. here. He's running the soup sandwich setup this week. We know he's fucking around with some shit because he's locked in, and why not? As he's not worth a fuck right there.
Jesus Christ, that was fucking bad.
Yeah, it was. And Tim Nye goes for a spin. And Hunt, I don't know. I guess he saved it there. Nye goes for a spin there. That's very surprising.
You know, Bob, I was down on the grid earlier, and while Tim Nye was scaling his new car, he had about 87% cross in that thing, and it's still loose. I think he's more fucked up than Charles Lewandowski's checkbook.
He got up there in that Black Angel dust, and sometimes, you know what, you go to the strip club, get some Black Angel dust on you, and you never recover from that, as we see. He did not either.
I know all about that, Bob.
Absolutely. Well, here we go. We're getting ready to go back green. Busker in the lead. The top 3 are obviously dominant, and Jay Goins in his Cup debut, Cunningham in his Cup debut, although Cunningham's illegal. Glad to see Jay Goins. Now, Holzbauer good takes the lead.
Wow, Holzbauer with a great restart, and McCleary too, putting Busker to the outside. Eddie's in the angel dust. Holy shit, he saves it. First save of his career.
Let's go ahead and crank it up for everybody at home.
Battle for the top spot. McCleary takes the lead.
We hope you enjoyed that version of Crank It Up as Nice fucked up on some pussy up top.
He is high as fuck. Speaking of high as fuck, look at how black the track has gotten, Bob.
Ever since the Busch race happened, we got the Cup guys out here. They run a softer tire, and they are putting some laps down, and the racetrack's getting dark as Jake Owens has his hand up.
Jake Owens, I don't know what's wrong with him. This might be the 5 to go caution, but man, the top 2 have absolutely put Buskirk to shame, who dominated early, is just getting his ass kicked right now.
Well, looks like it's going to be our 5 to go caution, and Jake Owens has stopped on the racetrack, and there it is. Kyle McGowan says, hey, bitches, I'm single. Caution's out.
And we have our 5 to go caution, Bob. This gives the guys a chance who have been running the back like Eddie DeHaan Jr. a chance to catch up. I mean, this is very reminiscent of, Elliott Sadler, who also has a win this year. Do you think this gives those guys a chance to sneak up and get that victory again from the top 4 that have been so dominant this whole race?
I would say absolutely not, because the way that Sadler won that race was total bullshit, just like everybody else towards the back of this race. But I really think towards the end of this race, we're going to see somebody try some weird shit like Tim Nye, who's been struggling in his home-built shit.
Yeah, it's a piece of fuck. So let's get back to green here with LJ McCleary taking the lead and winning this race.
All right, here we go. McCleary chose the bottom as we're getting ready to take the green flag. We're back on the way. Nye went to the top. Can he make it work? He's made it work so many times before. Doesn't look like it.
Ooh, he sneaks in there right in before Buskirk. Buskirk has completely burned his shit up. Look at how fucking slow he is. The top 3, this is for the win. McCleary just showing his strength now.
Now you do, a lot of go-karters do not save tires, but you have to save them with all this power.
Yeah, it looks like Busker just burned his shit up. And maybe Holzbauer, McCleary, Nye, they've been saving their shit all race, just waiting for Busker to lose it. And like we talked about earlier, Busker is the king of losing races.
2 to go there for LJ McCleary. Can he win 2 in a row?
He is really stretching his legs now. He's been prepared for this race. That pit stop showed it earlier. He started on the pole. The LKN set on the run. Front stretch cam is going to show him take the checkered flag here in just one more turn.
Coming out of turn 3 and 4, LJ McCleary is going to make it 2 for 2 and stamp his ticket into the first round of the chase. Checkered flag is out. Great run for LJ McCleary. What a season he's had so far. LJ McCleary takes home his second win in a row in the DNQ Dirt Series. He has got his shit together.
Absolutely, Bob. I mean, he's been working hard as shit. You can tell by his pit stop to qualifying that they got their shit together. It's been paying off. This is his second win in a row. I don't know. Those boys better learn something and step up and figure out how to beat him. Buskirk, I think, can do it. Holzbauer, I don't know. He's really close.
Can these guys get their shit together enough to challenge him for the championship? We saw the top 4, basically Buskirk, Holzbauer, McCleary, and Nye. The top 4 guys that are expected to transfer, but if somebody steals a race at AR Speedway in July, they make it all the way anyway.
Daniel Eisenhower, who can steal a race from anywhere, can make this. So it's still wide open. We have 4 guys that are dominant every week, but anybody can still win and make it into the first round of the chase.
Let's go down to victory lane and talk to LJ McCleary. Let's go down to our 3rd place finisher who built his own shit, Tim Nye.
Well, Tim Nye comes from deep in the field tonight to come home with a podium finish, picks up 3rd place, but did you think you had anything for the guys in front of you?
I thought maybe on that last restart, like I usually try to pull, going to the top, I thought I could have had something. But I tell you, LJ has his stuff together. He was fast in practice. I kind of called it a few weeks back that he's going to be the one to beat, and I think he's showing it. So it's not so much that we dropped off. It's just that everybody's getting a little bit better, and this was the first time out with this kart. So I think we can make improvements, and GRP already is thinking about the motor changes and stuff we can do to maybe get back to the top. So it was good racing with Matt Holzbauer. He run me clean, and Brad was pretty quick too. So good night. It was a good night.
Speaking of the kart, it was a brand new chassis you brought out here tonight, something that you built yourself, your own creation, and how did it work for you?
I thought it was good. At one point I looked up and it was Brad in the lead, and all 3 of us were really close with the Tritons, and that's kind of what I copied there. So I thought it was really good, and we were bouncing a little bit, and I think it was could have had probably a little bit different numbers in it, and a few adjustments, but I think it'll be right up there and run with the best of them. So I was pretty happy.
Well, Tim Nye is no stranger to victory lane here at the Millbridge Speedway. He's in a brand new ride now, and won't be before long before he gets it dialed in.
Good run for Tim Nye and his home-built shit. TIG welded, everything's nice, straight-up jigged off of the Phantom kart. But another driver that I want to talk about who led early tonight was Brad Buskirk, who finishes 4th, disappointing 4th after leading most of the laps here tonight.
Disappointing, but not surprising. If anybody could figure out how to lose a race, it's Brad Buskirk. And his shit was fast. That Kart City Performance motor was really hauling ass. You know, his tires were right, but I think he's just a no-driving fuck and burned the right rear out that son of a bitch, not knowing how to conserve tires. He knows there's a 5 to go caution and can't hold his load.
Now, you talk about a 5 to go caution. In the DNQ Cup Series, it is more important to save tires in this series than it is in the Busch Series. As we saw tonight, Buskirk pulled out to a lead. We had a caution late. His tires were not the same tonight. Is it very important to manage your tires?
Absolutely, and you saw that by Timmy Nye, LJ McCleary, Brian Holzbauer. They were all playing Buskirk. They held back a little bit, let him get way out and burn his shit up. And when the time came to make the money and get the nut, they were there to do it.
Now, we talk about aero. We saw a lot of other things going tonight. Do you think aerodynamics play a factor in this series?
Well, we did earlier with Bentley Kuhn. He hit the wall and right-sided that son of a bitch and wasn't worth a fuck afterwards. Tonight in the Cup Series, you saw everybody really take care of their shit. They know how important that aero is. And you could see there were 4 guys that were on their shit and 4 guys that weren't. So I think that's making all the difference here in the Cup Series for sure, Bob.
Let's go down to our 2nd place finisher tonight, Matt Holzbauer.
Matt Holzbauer comes home in the 2nd spot tonight, battled up front with the leaders all race long, but how was the race from your seat?
Race was really good from my seat. It was fun. Track came in really good tonight. Speed Clinic motor was killing it. Just missed it on the tires just a little bit. They started to go away, and I couldn't catch LJ.
Did it come to a point where you thought the leaders were going to get crossed up and you'd be able to slip through there?
On the final restart, when Tim pulled to the outside, I thought that was maybe going to be a shot at it, but Tim just didn't have enough to stick it in on the outside and mess with LJ, so that was it.
Good second place run for Matt Holzbauer.
Again.
Well, let's take a look at the Cup Series. Final results for tonight. McCleary takes home the win. Matt Holzbauer second again tonight. At least he got his win last week. And Nye rounds out the top 3.
Fourth, Buskirk, who dominated early. David Markham, who's been strong all year. And Eddie DeHaan Jr., the AAR winner, finishes 6th.
Owings, Crops, Medill, and Cunningham, who was DQ'd for that illegal engine that we all said before the end of this race. But if you guys want to run your flathead, anything else, you guys can come out here just for the experience. McCleary leads the chase standings with DeHaan, Holzbauer, and Nye. Next race is a double points though race. It will change some things.
How is Too Tall McGill even in this deal?
Well, you know, we don't have that many Cup Series drivers, but we're going to take 8 of those motherfuckers, and we're going to line them up, and then we're going to cut it down to the top 4 that just ran here tonight.
Holy shit. I mean, congratulations, LJ McCleary again. Great guy. Great to see him win. He's really got his shit together.
Let's go down to victory lane to LJ McCleary.
LJ McCleary goes 2 for 2 in that neon yellow number 71. His second race here at the Millbridge Speedway. Comes out on top here tonight. Last time we talked to you, you ran the short track and won here. Tonight you run the big track. Did you do anything different to the kart from the last time you came here?
No, not a whole lot. You know, basically the same tire setup. Did some motor work from the previous big track, and I think that helped out a good bit. So it ran good all night. So.
Was there a time during the race where you thought that you weren't going to be able to get back up to Brad Buskirk, because he looked like he had a huge lead?
Yeah, he was definitely stout. I messed up here in 3 and 4 and got into loose stuff and got by those two guys. And kart actually picked up a bit of an aero push, and I had to really work hard to get back by those guys. But once I got back by them in clean air, it freed up for me, and I was able to set sail there. So.
I'm sure there's some people you want to thank for this win tonight.
Oh, absolutely. My whole family, Prestige Motorsports, they do a lot to, like I said, allow us to use the machine shop and all the help. And Chad Bush, I don't think I'd be racing anything if it wasn't for him, so big thanks to him. So.
Well, LJ McCleary comes home the winner here tonight at the Millbridge Speedway, his second victory in a row. Bob, back up to you.
An absolutely exciting night tonight in the DNQ Dirt Series. Everything went very well tonight at Millbridge Speedway. IROC Series race was a good finish. Tapler had a shot. In the Busch Series, it was 0.027 seconds for the win for Zach Marquardt. And in the Cup Series race, we saw LJ McCleary take a late race win.
Yeah, very good racing tonight, Bob. One thing we got to do is just the Busch guys, they need to get their shit together because they're still fucking up. It's a huge class. They need some better talent is what they need. The IROC Series, they got their shit together. Cup Series, they got their shit together. Daniel Eisenhower, we're calling you out. You've missed a couple of races. You need to come back. We need you in this chase. So I'm looking forward to another big track race next week. And we're going to get this chase underway. AAR Speedway, another wild card here coming up in 2 weeks.
Well, we've got definitely a big race coming up. Next race is the DNQ Cup Series. We're on 25 laps around this track. They'll be the first feature. Then the DNQ IROC Series. The DNQ IROC Series Crown Royal Black 30. A pit stop with 10 laps to go. And then the Busch Series, the big race for the night, the Busch Classic. The first ever Busch Series Classic. It is going to be a big one. 50 laps or 50 minutes for these guys.
I cannot wait, Bob. You saw tonight the Busch Series, the biggest class. It was excitement from 1st to 20th. Can you imagine what's going to happen in the Busch Classic with all that money on the line? Guys, you better get your shit together. Do not fuck this up. This is going to be the biggest race of your career. Make a name for yourself. You could get into Cup by doing this.
$300 to win the Busch Series Classic. And we've got the IROC Black Crown race. These guys are going to win a bottle of Crown Royal Black at the end of that race. But for Valduato, for Bill Chester, I am Valduato, I am Shithouse, and we will see you in June for the June 1st race. Get your shit together, Busch Series. Woo! We're going to drink to you guys. Thank you. That is strong as fuck.